What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Brian Mark coming at you guys with another episode on this channel, and in today's episode we are going to get a hair transplant. Now, why am I getting a hair transplant? B Mark, why would you get a hair transplant? I'm so glad you asked. So I actually am going to put a photo right here. I took this photo back in October, and I had no idea that my hair was thinning in the back until I took that photo. And since then, I've realized that my hair is kind of thinning across the board. So it is a lot thinner than it used to be. Like, my hair used to be so thick that like my auntie would literally break her razors on it when she was shaving it. And then after taking that photo, I realized that my hair was thinning out. So I decided to go to Turkey to get it transplanted. Now, Cole actually booked a hair transplant with Now Hairtime. This is their logo. He actually booked with them, so I was like, you know what, like, since you're going, like, I'm just gonna go with you. So they picked me up in this bougie ass limo. So this is the limo. It's got like freaking, look at this, it's wild. Fully stocked. There's like testimonials playing on the TV, which I think is hilarious. Right now I'm on my way to the hospital. Day number 1 is blood tests, and then day number 2 is the surgery, and then I'm staying here for 3 days. The total cost for the trip was $3,500 US for the VIP stuff. It's like a VIP treatment, it's like their mid-level treatment. And then I've also got first class on the way here. So the first class trip was like $7,000. But I flew from Canada, and so I flew from Kelowna to Seattle, and then Seattle to Istanbul, and it was a 12-hour flight. And there's no way I'm taking a 12-hour flight and not buying business class. It's just not happening. It's sitting those like little ass cramped seats. No, thank you. So yeah, we just got to the hospital right now. I'm a little bit nervous now. We just pulled up to the hospital. We're going to the hospital. Hello. How you doing? Thank you. What's that?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I just had the craziest experience. I left my wallet literally on this bench right here when I got picked up. We drove to the hospital, which is an hour away, by the way. We drove to the hospital an hour away, and then when we got out, he was like, hey, can I have your passport? And that was right when the video cut. And turns out I didn't have my wallet on me. And I was like, holy shit, I left it on this park bench right here. So I came back to the airport, hoping to find it on the park bench. Didn't. Ended up going to Lost and Found downstairs. They sent me to Lost and Found upstairs. They sent me to the police station. The police station sent me to that little shack right back there, that orange little shack. They sent me there. And none of those places had it. So finally I went back to the cop shop, and I was literally like, guys, like, I will pay you $1,000 USD if you find me this wallet. And they were like, no, like, no money. They watched the cameras, which there's a camera right there. Right there, there's a camera. And it was pointed right at this bench. And they watched the cameras closely, and they ended up finding the person that took it. Turns out he was in an orange vest, which is right there. That's an orange vest worker's place. And he didn't turn it in. And this sneaky guy wearing an orange vest picks up a backpack, doesn't turn it in, tisk. I ended up watching the cameras for like 30 seconds, and then they kicked me out of the office. And then I asked to rewatch the cameras, and they wouldn't show me. So I texted Kirsten, I was like, I'm pretty sure they're covering for somebody, because the only reason they wouldn't let me watch the cameras is if they knew who stole it. So I'm pretty sure they're covering for somebody. It turns out they were covering for their homie that works at the airport, because the punishment for stealing in Turkey is like very, very bad. Please, out of here. What are you doing? Punishment for stealing in Turkey is like, you go to jail for 3+ years, and I'm sure they didn't want one of their homies to go to jail for 3+ years. So, honestly, I don't give a This is all I care about. As soon as they got me that backpack, I was like, sweet, handshake, get the out of here. If I was smart, like thinking back on it, I probably should have, because like the little face that stole my came into the office with it. If I was smart, I would have asked him if he took any photos and asked to see his phone, because honestly, he could have taken photos of like every one of my credit cards, plus my ID, plus my passport. But I didn't really think about that until now we're down here. And honestly, I just want to get the out of here, because I've been at this airport for like 2.5 hours. So that is that. And now we continue on with the vlog to show you guys a hair transplant. It's 11:30 p.m. tonight. So it's likely I'm not going to get the opportunity to go to the hospital tonight for the hair transplant, but we will go to the hospital. It's probably going to be tomorrow will be the blood work and the consultation, and then I'll go right to the surgery. So let's get it. Just got picked up, and this time I have my bag. So right now, he's gonna be taking me to the hospital to get my blood tests. And then once I get my blood tests, then I'm going to the hotel. Then surgery's tomorrow at 8 a.m. They're picking me up at 8 a.m. Okay, so keep you guys updated on the process. Just went to the hospital. The hospital's like an hour away from the airport. Just went to the hospital. Literally took them 5 minutes. I was in, they checked my blood pressure, they took some blood, and then I'm out. So that was like the testing that you gotta do before you get your transplant. And now I'm on my way to the hotel. Okay, so it's 7:32 in the morning. I got exactly 5.5 hours of sleep. They're coming to pick me up for the procedure at 8. So I wanted to get up super early so I could still do my morning ritual, get Boy Never Misses, and then head downstairs, get some breakfast before my procedure, because I'm assuming I'm gonna be there for at least a few hours. So I don't wanna be sitting there starving, because I'll be a grumpy. So gonna go downstairs, get some breakfast right now, and maybe meet up with Cole, who's also down here to get the procedure, and then we're heading out. I do know that step number 1 of this process is they're gonna be drawing. So they're gonna do consultation where they're gonna draw on my head, and then after they draw on my head, they're gonna shave it, and then after they shave it, then they're gonna start the procedure. So gonna be here for a few hours there, buckaroonie. So just got my line drawn, and now we are going to be heading into the procedure room soon. So this is where the hairline's gonna be thickened. This is where they're pulling from. And they're also gonna do the crown on my head. The only thing I'm nervous about is the anesthesia, because they said that the anesthesia process is a little bit painful, but we'll see. So the next time you guys see me, I will have had transplant. I'm going into the room right now. It's not out of the washroom because I'm a little bit nervous. They're gonna dig in my head with needles. Back is done. Now we're gonna do the front. Okay, so
I can barely look at you.
we're in the car right now. Dude, I know.
Is it like this?
Dude, I
Hello.
Because they put the bandages on super tight because they said that they wanted to reduce the bleeding.
Oh.
So we both just. This is actually the first time we've seen each other in Turkey.
I know.
It's the first time because I got in at 2 o'clock in the morning and lost my goddamn ID. But we both just got it done. I got the top, the front, and the crown.
You got a bunch, bro. So I just got my hairline, bro. I look fucking fresh, bro. Look at my fucking hairline, dog. I got a fucking hairline now. That's the first time I had a hairline since I was a teenager, bro. That's crazy. So I got the front done. So you got what, 3,900?
Yeah, I got 3,900.
Brian got 3,900 grafts. I got 30. They had to take more. So they originally did 3,400, and then they took another 200. But they did the entire front all the way back here.
Yeah, that looks crazy.
It was insane, bro.
Dude, these little pus things.
That's not plastic, bro. That's your hair.
I know, but there's little bumps.
Yeah, so like, if you've seen the follicles, right?
Yeah.
So what they do is they take a drill. For all of you guys that haven't seen it,
It's disgusting. We're gonna put a video right
here.
here.
And it drills
Right
into your head, right? And then when they pull out the hair, the follicle comes with it. So it's actually your skin, like the skin in the fucking, membrane comes out with the hair. So that's what you're seeing. Like that's what all that is, guys. It's like the membrane and your skin that was extracted and then put back in. Bro, but those girls flew. Like, we were done extracting 3,600 fucking grafts from my head, bro, in like, what, an hour? Maybe 40 minutes?
It was 2 hours for me, and I know that because I accidentally left. I think I might have the video on my pocket where I called them out. So like while I was getting anesthesia, which by the way, like anesthesia was like a 9 out of 10 pain. Like it was fucking brutal.
It was definitely painful.
It was painful.
I'm not gonna. I've dealt with a lot.
Yeah, it was bad. So while I was getting anesthesia, there was a couple nurses in my room, and they were like giggling, and they were just like laughing and giggling because I was like kicking my feet and like gripping the bed. I didn't scream, but I was like.
Ryan does not have a good pain tolerance. So like going through that without yelling is a huge accomplishment.
So then, but while I was going through it, there was like a couple nurses laughing, and I was like, "Do you guys find something funny?" Like, is something funny? And then they were like, when they didn't speak any English, and my translator translated, and then everybody got silent.
That's crazy. That it
Yeah,
took
2 hours. Dude, I don't know. It took 2
Bro,
hours.
I think my team was just lit. Like, those girls were savage. So, one of them started, they like jammed my face and thing. They're like, are you ready? Yeah. And she's like, and I could hear her like it was like no fucking around, bro. Like going quick as fuck. And then as soon as my head turned and she started to go down this side, the other girl hit my head and started pulling them out.
That's
bro, I
wild.
got a photo. You want to see it?
You got a photo.
I have the graphs.
Pull it
Sure,
up.
you want to see it?
Yeah, show me. Oh, bro!
So this is what it looked like. This is what they pulled out of your guys.
We're gonna put that photo right here.
So, dude, this is 3,600 graphs, bro. That's all.
Oh
the
my!
hair membranes.
Oh my God!
So literally,
Oh
as
my
one
God!
girl, the other one just. I was done in like fucking 45 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. I don't think they used a drill. I think they used a needle extractor because I didn't hear the same sound when the guy was going in my forehead. But I lay down and then he came in and they're like, "Yeah, you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well, because they did the anesthesia in the front and everything.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking lot because of how bad my hairline was. But then he literally was just like, all I heard is. And, he was just, and then the girls started putting him in.
That's fucking
It
crazy.
was insane, dude. Like those girls were savage.
Yeah, we looking good, son.
Yes, we fucking.
I will say, like, the hype is real because like there's a lot of hype online about like the anesthesia hurting. It's fucking real, but it's only like 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes, like, and it is 10 minutes because it's like they have to get all the different areas in your head.
Yes.
But then after 10 minutes, like I was on the bed for probably 6 hours and I didn't feel anything after that. We got it done.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep you guys posted on tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna get these things off and we're gonna get washed. I'm excited to see. Well, I'm actually not excited to see what this thing looks like tomorrow, but I'm excited to see what it looks like in a few months. All right, so we're doing a quick little update. This head of mine is absolutely massive. We're currently on the way to now Hairtime. Ow! Just even like moving my face hurts. We're getting our medical bandages off. We both got little amounts of sleep. This is day 1 post-op. So I think they're taking the bandages off today, and I think they're gonna wash our hair. I haven't been able to shower yet, which is greasy and feels nasty. That's the first thing Cole's eating all day. We're not doing good. This is the first day post-op. As you guys can see, I wasn't supposed to scratch my head, but I did. As you guys can see, my head is massive, bro. Like, it's like gone down to my eyebrows. It's insane. So I'm supposed to be icing it every 30 minutes. They said the swelling would be like a couple of days. They're telling me not to keep my chin down, but it's hard because it's just swelling. So, got some massive swelling, but the bandages are off the top. There's still some bandages at the bottom, which I'm not even gonna be able to see what you guys are seeing right now. Still some bandages at the bottom, but this is 1 day post-op. So I'm hoping that by tomorrow, some of this swelling goes down because that is fucking insane, bro. I look like Megamind. I'm gonna get my editor to throw a picture of Megamind right here. That's me. For real though, like yesterday was probably the worst day. Absolutely sucked. Just like getting home from the operation and just like laying here, like it was just like so much pain. Today I felt better, but there's like a long recovery process, bro. So like it's like 10 days where you're not supposed to typically do anything and you're basically just supposed to like stay inside and rest. And as somebody that likes to do things, that is going to be a challenge, especially like the no workout stuff. Like that sucks. But I was talking to Kirsten, she's like, well, like you love working out, so there's not really like a time where you'd ever be convenienced to take 10 days off of working out. So I'm just gonna spend 10 days like basically doing like recovery style shit. And that's all you can do, because I obviously like, as much as I'm complaining about the fact that the hair transplant sucked, like it was starting to bother me. And Kirsten reminds me of that every time I call her. She's like, you always complain about it. Like my hair was thinning and a lot of people didn't notice because I do have some like hair thickening stuff that I put on, but like I don't want to have to do that. Like I want to be able to just wake up and like have a nice hairline. So I will say, like, now Hairtime, obviously the pain was not what I was expecting, but their customer service is the best. It's like the best business I've ever dealt with, like straight up. Like I've never been treated as good as these guys have treated me as a customer. And like, I don't put my name on anything because I don't like to put my brand on something unless I actually believe it. But like now Hairtime has been absolutely phenomenal. So 10 out of 10, going back tomorrow for the hair wash. So I'll show you guys what that looks like and stay tuned. All right, day 3 post-op. Wait, is this day 3? No, this is day 2 post-op. Swelling has gone down a little bit. Still look like Megamind. Also got close to my eyeballs. And I just wanted to kind of do a little bit of an update in terms of like, why did I decide to do this in the first place? You know, like why would I fly all the way down to Turkey and, you know, come down here and get a bunch of needles stabbed all over my head and all that thing? Like, why would I do that? And I think for me, I didn't really realize that I was balding until I saw the photo of me and Cole, this one. And once I saw the photo of me and Cole, that's when I realized, I was like, holy me and him were like literally doing a photo shoot outside for his clothing brand, and I was just trying to support my boy, and then all of a sudden I realized I'm bald as shit. And since that day, it's been a big insecurity, and that was back in October, you know, so basically like 8 months ago. Since that day, it's been a big insecurity. And for me, I'm like, why would I live my entire life with an insecurity when I don't need to? Now, I've been meaning to basically do this for a minute. And to be transparent, like if Cole didn't set this up and he didn't basically like book the trip, for lack of a better term, and was like, I'm going, do you want to come? I probably wouldn't have. Not because I don't like care about myself, but I've got so much other shit going on in my life that I just would have found a genuine reason to put it off. But Cole's very like, he just does shit. And that's like one of the things I love about him is he just like does shit. And so because he does shit, there's also, this is a sidebar, there's like a load of medicine that you need to take every day until it's gone once you get your transplant. So I'm on a schedule and I'm literally, every time my alarm goes off, I'm like, oh, gotta go take something else. But anyways, so because Cole did it, I was like, I'm gonna go with my boy. And yeah, I'm really excited because the front of my hair was thinning pretty bad. And now it's not gonna be thinning, as you guys can see, like the transplant line, they just literally followed my hairline. My hairline wasn't receding, but my hair was thinning like crazy. So that is no longer going to be a thing. I also went and got blood work done right before I came here, like 3 weeks before I came here. And when I got blood work done, the naturopath said that my vitamin D levels were the lowest that she'd ever seen in a human. And then when I looked it up, it turns out like low vitamin D is very closely associated with hair thinning and hair loss. So that was just a big wake up call because like a lot of the stuff that has vitamin D, like eggs and salmon, like I can add that into my diet every day. So yeah, I decided to do it because I don't want to live with an insecurity, you know? Was it inconvenient to fly across the world in the middle of like a busy season for me? Yes. But I'm always in the middle of a busy season. And I feel like always would have been a reason for me not to come out here because there's always something to do. Was it extremely painful? Yes, it sucked. However, I will say that my experience at Now Hairtime has been fucking awesome. I've literally never had a business treat me the way that this business has treated me. Just like, you know, pay for the hotel, pay for all the food, pay for every single ride to and from the hair place. Communication's been top notch. When I lost my passport, they fucking waited by the airport for like 3 hours with a car. As soon as I found it, they picked me up within 10 minutes, drove me to the hospital, drove me back to the hotel. Like the service has been top notch on every single level and they've gone above and beyond. So honestly, like can't recommend it enough. Like I don't think getting a hair transplant is an easy thing to do. I think it kind of sucks. It's not fun. But on the other side of that, you get a full head of hair. It's just such a genuine and over-delivering sort of way. It makes the experience a lot easier to go through, knowing that you're cared for. So today is the wash. Once I wash the hair, I'll show you guys the finished product. And then you guys will, if you're following my YouTube channel throughout the next few months, I'll do an update like once a month just on the hair, showing you guys everything. Once we're done today, what I'll do is I'll walk you through like the schedule that they gave me so that you can have a full understanding of exactly what your hair transplant's gonna look like for like the first, you know, obviously you saw the first few days, then what's the next week look like, what's the next month look like, what's the next 6 months look like, because there's like basically an expectation of like what's gonna happen once you actually get the transplant. So I'll walk you guys through that after we do our wash today. So see you in a bit, bruh. They're applying foam to my head right now. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. What the?
Right, it feels weird, right?
So you gotta put this foam on. They put this foam on for 15 minutes. What does the foam do?
Cleans up the donor areas, helps with the blood.
The foam will soften the scabs. And you will wash the scabs on 10th day. And the foam also keeps your head clean because you cannot wash it regularly.
It feels weird. So the foam cleans up the scabs. Oh my gosh. Oh, bro. I feel you on the chills thing.
I told you, right?
What the?
Feels good.
Oh, okay. I now have a head full of foam. We do everything together. It's kind of gay.
Whoa.
All right, you guys, that brings us to the end of this episode. As you guys can see, the transplant is 100% complete. The bandages are now off. And honestly, the overall experience was fucking awesome. It was stressful getting in, obviously losing my passport and feeling like I was gonna get stuck. I had imagined spending my entire trip in Turkey just like trying to figure out how to get an emergency passport to get back. But we figured it out and we got the transplant done, which is super awesome. I was also gonna look at getting my teeth done, but then I went in there and they're like, yeah, you also have 2 potential root canals that you need. And I was like, yeah, f- that, I'm not doing that here. So we'll do that when I'm back in Canada, one thing at a time. But hairline complete. I'm really happy about it. I'm gonna take this back to Canada. There's a ton of medicine that I need to be taking every day for like the next 7 days. And then there's an aftercare procedure. And that is one more thing that I did promise you guys I was gonna give you was the aftercare procedure. So let me grab it. Okay, so I actually don't have it on a sheet of paper, so I'm just gonna break it down. First 10 days, you're not supposed to do anything. So basically, inside as much as possible, resting, no baseball caps, no sex, no alcohol, no caffeine, basically staying inside, keeping your head out of the sun. On day number 10, all of the head will like scab, basically, and then you'll wash that scab off. Once the scab's off, then you're good to go. The grafts have set. After that, you're allowed to start wearing baseball caps, light ones, etc. For the first 4 weeks, they don't want you to go to public swimming pools. They don't want you to do saunas. They don't want you to exercise, do yoga, Pilates, whatever. I'm not gonna follow that. Like I'm gonna be doing my exercise. Like I'm obviously gonna go a lot lighter, but I'm gonna be doing my exercise. They said on month 3 is when your hair, it's likely that all of your hair falls out. And once it falls out, that's when the regrowth process actually starts. They say it takes about a full year for the entire transplant to set in and you to see the final result. But yeah, for the first, especially for the first 10 days, super, super low, moderate activity. And then for the first 4 weeks, it's like light activity. That's the way I'm taking it. And then after that, you're basically in the green light. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's a wrap. That brings us to the end of this YouTube episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. You came along for the ride when I lost my passport. You got to see me get the transplant. You followed the entire journey. So if you like this content, I would recommend checking out Now Hairtime in Turkey. It is fucking awesome. It was honestly worth the travel. At first, when it was so painful, I didn't know if I was like actually gonna stand behind it and recommend it, but like the customer service and everything was just 10 out of 10. It was the best experience I've ever had. So peace, love, and protein, guys. Have the best of your entire life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Talk to you guys in the next one. Deuces.